Everything you learned in history class was a lie. Well, maybe not everything, but they skipped the best parts. Introducing Stupiracy, where stupidity meets conspiracy. Ever heard of the Olympic marathon that nearly killed its runners? Or the time a pope put another pope's corpse on trial? Join me, Scott Rizzuto, and Tim McKernan as we uncover the most outrageous historical moments and mind-blowing conspiracies you won't believe actually happened. Tune into Stupiracy for your weekly dose of historical absurdity. Available wherever you get your podcasts. Remember, history is dumb, but laughing at it is smart.
And now, live from the TCL broadcast studios, it's Joe Souchere and Patrick Royce with Sports Talk.
We're being shown a photo from Kenny's past.
How many we get? All trapped, right?
Yeah.
We didn't shoot them with a 22. Otherwise, you ruin the fur, man.
No, I've got another one where me and the girlfriend are actually posing with two dead raccoons.
Okay.
He's had a lot of raccoons in his past.
He's not from the city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a history with raccoons.
Might have to. It's legal to shine a raccoon, isn't it?
Probably not.
Oh yeah, you can. You can't shine a deer, but you can shine a raccoon. You know what that means, don't you, Joe? Hunt them at night, shine the light in their eye.
Hey.
Then they look at you and go, "Hey," and then you shoot them in the head.
What made you think I wouldn't know what that term meant?
Well, I didn't think you did a lot of hunting in your age.
No, but I know what shining means.
Okay. Hey, by the way,
you had to look for the creature.
I don't want to start off giving you a hard time because I am here to bow to your golf knowledge.
All right.
You were right. 2-hole playoff.
It is.
Yes.
Well, then
I read that today.
Yeah, but who told us it starts next year?
I read a thing on Golf Digest that suggested it wasn't
but
changing.
It must have been old.
Yeah.
Because
it's this year.
And in fact, Jordan Spieth and Justin Thomas, I've read there's a piece in the Strib there today.
Yep.
Both were surprised to find it out.
They didn't know.
They both had made precautionary moves to still be around on Monday in case they were in a playoff. They did not know.
Well,
But,
wouldn't you, as any golfer, make a...
Well, not if there's not going to be an 18-hole playoff on Monday.
No, but I guess what I'm saying is if you're participating in the tournament, wouldn't you make yourself available on Monday anyway?
Well, I guess if it rains on Friday, you'll make yourself available on Monday. But although they usually catch up when they cut the field.
I can give you the Vegas odds. They were sent to me this morning.
All right. Anyway, you were right. 2-hole playoff. And my theory on why they chose 2 holes, Joe, is they have these tournaments finish so late when they're on the East Coast in order to get the maximum TV audience that they don't have time to play much golf if they're going to have a playoff.
Well,
instead of having
they won't go past 7 Eastern time, I bet. You think?
They've been later than that. They're not. They're supposed to be done at 7.
Don't you love it? Didn't you love it when it was out in the West and it was on at 9 at night?
Yeah,
I thought that was great.
But in Scotland, you can have a 4-team play. You can have a 4-hole playoff after it's done because you still got 5 more hours of light. But that's not the case.
Here's what Vegas thinks, according to USA Today. Dustin Johnson, an 8-1 shot. He leads. Roy McIlroy, 14-1. Ricky Fowler, 14-1. Justin Thomas, 14-1. And Justin Rose, 14-1. Jason Day, 16-1. Jordan Spieth, 18-1. John Rahm, 20-1. Tiger Woods, 20-1. Mickelson, 25-1. Brooks Koepka, 25-1. And Hideki Matsuyama, 30-1.
All right. Well, I like that whole group. But if you want to make money, folks, 20-1, John Rahm. And next year at this time, we're going to be able to walk up the street to some little place and make a bet, aren't we?
I think
so.
That's a good point.
It should be like Scotland within a year from now, where you just have a little, about every 8 blocks, you got a betting shop, right?
Describe the betting shop. What do we, is there bars?
I propose this.
What?
I propose this. that there will be a betting window in the Crabby Coffee Shop.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
I get to run the pull tabs.
All right. No
fact-
pull tabs.
In fact, if we get a gambling license in the Krabby Coffee Shop, we might just have a pot of coffee over in the corner and just worry about
On
the
your
gambling.
own honor system.
Well, remember, Joe's running it, so we do what
Right.
he says, right?
Hey, when I
Completely
was
taking ownership.
Yeah, you have. When I was there in 02, right? We were there
At
in
the
02.
Krabby?
We were in 02 in Scotland.
Yes. Hell, it was light out till 10:30.
We were staying in the St. Margaret's house in Gullane, and a block and a half down the street there was a betting shop, but they were still writing in grease pencil.
Oh, wow.
in there. Yeah, they were still writing.
You walked
grease
in there and
pencil.
said,
Yeah, right. And they said, okay, here you go. That's the way Scotsmen actually talk. They can understand that language. I'd rather talk to a guy speaking Flemish than the Scottish version of English.
I'll take Horage for 400. That's who reads.
It's who reads, sir.
Not Horage.
Not Horads.
Well, but here's the great thing about the British Open, and I'm sure it's the same way with the U.S. Open. 52 bets the first day of the tournament. Each threesome, they put odds on who's going to have the lowest score in the threesome.
In that threesome.
You can have 52 bets that day.
Wow.
And
That would be about the only sport I could see myself betting on.
I made money on Justin Rose, but your guy has to win it. See, that's the advantage for the house. If you bet on, you can only bet a guy to win.
Okay.
And if two guys shoot 68, if your guy shoots 68 and somebody else in the threesome shoots 68, you didn't win.
That's the grease.
You got to win the threesome. And I
No push.
I bet on Justin Rose against Tiger, and because Justin Rose was a 17-year-old kid and he was about 8-1, and I think he beat him.
Who won in 02? Was it Ernie?
Yes, Ernie in the playoff.
playoff.
It was a four-man playoff to start with.
It's at Muirfield.
And after 4 hours, it was Ernie and Thomas LeVay.
Yeah, that's right.
Remember?
Yep.
Appleby and Elkington were in it with them.
That's right.
The best part of that was Elkington and Appleby were the first twosome off on Saturday. These two guys, they're big drinking buddies.
Like it was a bar.
They finish golfing, and they go to the bar. They go to the bar, and they're having a good old time. And now the storm, Armageddon, comes rolling in off the Firth of Forth.
Right.
And the scores skyrocket, and they're teeing off second to the last on Sunday because remember Tiger shot 81.
Yep.
Everybody got caught out in that storm, and if all the contenders from Friday got caught out in the storm.
You remember shooting the Scottish Miracle?
Oh heavens, yes, greatest shot of my life.
Yep. Well, you hold out from a bunker, right?
Yeah, but I popped her up in the air.
Yeah.
But one of their bunkers, not a United States of America.
No, it was a real bunker.
It was a Scottish bunker where I was just hopelessly overmatched to get it out of there, and it hit the wall and popped up in the air and went in.
Looked like you were descending into a sod house.
The fixer had it planned that way. The fixer planned it that
and
way.
Rook, see this? Now you can watch this. It rolled in like this too, man. It was barely.
He's showing me it's like
barely
fingers walking in the air.
It was barely crawling, and I might have bellowed out a
Holy crap.
elated profanity. I might have thought.
Gosh darn it.
You mentioned that they celebrated at the bar. What was the bar, Rook? What did you just say?
Well, didn't Stuart Appleby, when he was done, didn't he open a chain of restaurants?
Yeah, I
No.
think he did.
And I bet the Applebee's in Scotland is just like the one in Brooklyn Center, huh? How do they do that?
Is Stuart's wife the one that got killed
I believe
Oh,
so.
no.
Oh,
in Britain?
At an
Not
airport,
that
at
year.
an airport.
No, waiting to. She was getting into a cab.
Look it up, Reavers.
One of their
what was her name?
cabs.
You said. I'm sorry.
Stuart
Stuart
Appleby's
Appleby.
wife.
Okay.
One of the cabs, and a cab came up behind him or slipped or something. She got squished
Yeah.
Oh, no.
in between.
Yep.
Yep.
Was she killed?
She was
yeah.
killed. Yeah, she was killed in Scottish fashion.
Wow.
She was
London car accident is what it's saying.
Yeah, what year?
That would be. It looks like July. This is dated July 24th of '98.
Yep. Because
Oh,
he had
man.
he'd rebounded by 02. He had a new bride who was They were both extremely attractive. Oh, the woman who
Renee.
unfortunately died.
Renee
and,
Appleby.
And the new Mrs. Appleby.
Wow, and he was next door neighbors to Payne Stewart when he was alive.
All right.
They lived next to each other.
Yeah.
In Florida, I bet.
Yes, Orlando.
I don't think they ever found. Did they ever get Payne's body? I think they just spiraled into the ground.
Well, they might have gotten enough to bring closure to the family to have some sort of a burial.
In his spare time, Appleby enjoys motor racing.
Yes.
He is not the namesake for the chain.
Okay.
We knew that.
Yeah.
You did?
Partially reason because it ends BY, and I think Appleby EE.
That is not the plural form.
I haven't paid that much attention, but I'm glad you have.
Yeah, well, I know how to spell.
But isn't it amazing that each and every one looks the same?
Don't. We're done with that. Every day.
I don't care
every
about
day
it.
with that joke, Matthew.
It's not every day.
It's
like
every-
once every 3 weeks.
Well, it's
Every
too
day.
often. It's-
Every day
I'm
is
with
too often.
Kenny. It's too often.
All I
It's too
know
often.
is Joe was right. It's a 2-hole playoff Sunday. So
Aggregate, though. So it'll be sudden death if it has to go to a third hole.
yes, yeah, right.
Yeah.
But hey, yeah, that's not a bad way to do it. I approve.
All right. Rook, why don't you take us to a break, please?
I can certainly do that.
That was Eduardo Escobar's first air of the season last night.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty dang good when you played shortstop and third base dang near every game. He had, well, how many games has he missed? About 3?
Yeah, it hasn't been
Been in
many.
there, yeah. Because he started the year as the regular shortstop. And then,
Well, you can say goodbye to the Tigers if they lost the big guy.
yeah, he was, he got hurt last year and had a terrible year, and then he was out start of this year. He's breaking down physically after
They still
being
owe him, what is it, $160 million?
They owe him until he's 42, I think. And I think he's 35, maybe.
Oh,
Boy, could he hit, though.
yes.
Man, he was fantastic.
Well, they should win tonight. They got Barrios.
Yeah, but you know what it is? It's the grand old game, Joe. You can never be sure. Mm-hmm. The other day, Max Scherzer, the best pitcher in baseball, in my opinion, was pitching against Derek Howland, puke-balling left-hander who's 5 years past being any good, and the Mighty Whiteys beat him 2-0, right? Didn't they? Was it? Is
Yes.
Holland with the Whiteys?
No, he's with
Texas?
San Francisco.
San Francisco, yeah. San Francisco beat him 2-0. So
How did the
you never
Brewers
know.
Cubs series turn out?
The Cubbies, the Brewers got them last night, so they're 1-1.
They got to pack that place when the Cubs show
I
up.
looked 37 or 8,000 last night, which is pretty good on a weeknight.
For a Tuesday night, yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned Max Scherzer, and Buster had this tweet, which I just find fascinating. Max Scherzer has generated 284 outs this year. He has 142 strikeouts. That's amazing.
They've put the ball in play for outs 106 times.
No, half.
Yeah.
So 284 outs he's had, half of them have been strikeouts.
Strikeouts. Wow.
That is amazing.
Yeah. That's modern baseball right there, but he is fantastic. There's no doubt about it.
Say, did you receive a coveted invite to the new opening of the new Vikings practice facility? I guess Roger Goodell was there. No interviews.
No, it's tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Did you get a coveted invite?
I would guess the media can get in, but Zig didn't call me personally.
No.
If that's what you're asking. No, I don't know. But
I kept thinking,
why don't
Zig
they
and-
let the public in?
I don't know.
Oh, could you imagine?
Yeah, but why not? I mean,
I think they're
Well, they
inviting,
couldn't hold it all.
not season
suite
ticket holders, but
holders,
suite holders and sponsors
guys
and things like that. Yeah.
that's probably true. Well, no, I did make it inside the stadium. I think I've been in there 4 times now, so that's pretty good. I'm not sure. I'm intimidated by the new facilities. I'm not joking here. I'm intimidated by the new dome. Because with the old dome, you walked in the door and you knew where the hell you were.
Right.
Now you got 17 different sections of seats. You can't just walk right in and say, okay, there's the press box and there's this and there's that.
Show no weakness.
No. It's
You need wayfinding.
Right.
That's what they're calling it. Wayfinding.
What does that mean?
Meaning finding your way. But they have to speak.
Can't you ask Siri or Alexis or somebody?
Yeah, when you get
Isn't
in there,
somebody?
I don't think she helps with interiors, does
Siri,
she?
where do I go?
Yes.
Where am I?
When I was
box.
there for the Super Bowl, upstairs in the auxiliary, up.
Yeah.
That place would have collapsed. I'd have no chance. I have no idea how to get the hell out of there. I don't even know how I got
I
up
got
there.
news for you. If it collapsed, you'd be dead.
Well, that'd be okay because I couldn't get out of there anyway.
Well, I mean,
Siri, why
your
are
whole
we
premise
falling?
is flawed. If it collapsed, you don't need to worry
Well,
about
there'd
getting
be
out of there.
people running and escaping, but I wouldn't know where the hell I was escaping to.
Left or right?
Yeah, right.
Siri, I am trying to escape.
I hate it.
Or as it's pronounced in some urban areas, escape.
Escape.
You know, there's no X in the word, Pat.
Escape.
There's no X in the word.
I know
Escape.
that.
Especially? Do you say especially?
It's down by the creek.
Yeah.
Anyway, have you been in there yet?
Nope.
Wow.
I've been in there once for
Have you been in there?
Once.
Okay.
You went for the motocross, right?
Supercross.
Yeah,
I went for the home show.
There's a chance I'll get in there for a concert before a Vikings game.
Jeez.
You went to the whole
Rookie
show.
went there for a crafting show.
Would you learn how to knit or what?
Bought some
Yeah,
yarn.
Rosie Greer, needlepoint.
Yeah.
Crochet.
Actually, I haven't been there for a Viking game either. I've been there for 2 prep games, a Gopher baseball game, and the Super Bowl.
You know what I do love about? I've been to a handful of Viking games, and you can tell they're trying to price out some of the
They're trying
Viking
to get-
clientele.
yeah, right.
But that doesn't stop some of these people. The vomiting is still taking place in the
That's
bathrooms
good.
and
That's
whatnot,
good.
which is what we want at Viking games.
Do we?
Well,
Yeah, why not?
you get you can't tell if you take a left, you're in a different private club in a different part of the stadium.
I mean, I don't know,
I
Pat,
don't like it. Too many bars.
I don't know if we'll get back to Christmas Eve day with Dad falling down the stairs with the 2 kids again, but
Yeah, greatest sporting event in Minnesota history.
Well,
Packers Vikings Christmas Eve 2:00 kickoff. What
kid.
could go wrong? What could go wrong?
screw Game 7 of 91. That is not the greatest event.
No,
say, do you follow high school lacrosse at all?
no, I don't.
Apparently,
did
it's
he go on?
dangerous.
Boy, did he go on a tirade yesterday on the ride?
On what?
Ooh-wee.
Lacrosse.
On the ride.
Well, a kid from Matamita broke his leg yesterday. Apparently, that's not
They hit him
uncommon.
with a stick.
Yeah.
No,
Why do they play lacrosse, Pat?
because they cannot stand the failure of baseball.
I don't
They
know anything
play
about
soccer
lacrosse.
and lacrosse because they can get in the big tangled mess and run around out there. And
he
when
goes.
the game is done,
Costa
when
bleeping Rica.
when the game is done, Mom and Dad can say, "Oh, you were just great, Johnny." But if the little jackass strikes out 4 times, no, you can't hide it from anybody.
Right. You suck.
Know you suck. and that ride home, when the
Think
little
about
when
it
the
on
little
the ride
brats
home.
blubbered in the back, there's no comfort to offer him. Like, oh yeah, I thought you did real well when that ball accidentally hit you in the crotch.
There's no joy in Mudville, is there, you little bastard?
No, right.
My brother's listening, and both his kids play lacrosse.
I think that baseball's boring, Mom and Dad. Yeah, well, when you go,
Because you stink at it.
then every time a ball gets hit, you go, ah!
The best was my old man one time went, I lost count how many times you struck out. That was great.
I'm going to go out and see Luke tonight, and I'm not going to put up with it this time.
No.
Last time I put up with it, but this time I'm going to say, you stop swinging like Sano. You can't swing the same place all the time. You got to move your bat around to where the ball's going.
Is this a grandchild
Yes.
of yours? You're
He's
just gonna,
7. It's
you're
time
ju-
to toughen up.
You're just going to
Pat, I
start.
couldn't agree with you more, but I'm not allowed to talk when I show up at any games.
Yeah, well.
That's right. You've been muted, haven't you?
Luke likes it. He loves it. He's ambitious, but he's like Sano. He swings in the same damn place. You got to hit.
Such, do you have to go out to the parking lot where nobody can hear you and just let it all out
And
at
then when I
once?
approach, you hear these people people saying, "Oh God, here he comes again. Here he is."
No, when he goes now, he has to wear that Hannibal Lecter mask over his face.
The ball gag mask.
You know, I threw out a few nice eye cyclops. They got upset.
Nice eye Cyclops.
Sports Talk will be back shortly, but now thanks to our good friends in Owatonna, Minnesota, at Federated Insurance, where it's their business to protect your business, and nobody does that better than Federated. It's Bruce Vail from the Wall Street Journal in Your Money Now.
Well, stocks were mixed for most of today's trading session, but we ended up with a down day as the market turned south after the Federal Reserve wrapped up its two-day meeting. The Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 119 points, closing at 25,201. The Nasdaq Composite fell 8 points from Tuesday's record close, and the S&P 500 lost 11. The Trump administration is preparing to levy tariffs on tens of billions of dollars of Chinese goods in the coming week, perhaps as early as Friday, a move that likely will spark heavy retaliation from Beijing. Saturday is the International Day of Family Remittances, a day first proclaimed in 2015 by the UN to recognize the financial contributions of migrant workers. Wells Fargo said it will observe that day by waiving transfer fees for money sent through its Express Send service to other countries from Friday all the way through next Monday. I'm Bruce Vail with Your Money Now on 1500 ESPN.
Okay, thank you very much, Bruce. Off you go. We're going to check traffic here. We've got some drama we can talk about. This report sponsored by Hotels.com. I want you to think about a couple of stretches for me, okay? Think about this one. Eastbound 494, 169 to 35W. You got that one? Here's the other one. Eastbound 62, 169 to W. Now, you're thinking about both of those, right? Yeah. Nothing but bumpers and brake lights and tears and torment. They both suck big time. Another big bad one right now, northbound 35W from County C up to a crash at County I, giving us an awful drive time between 694 and Lexington, 33 minutes. But you will be able to spool it up once you clear I. With Hotels.com, get rewarded from seaside cabins to resorts for every 10 nights.
And the funny thing about that is there's not even an Olive Garden there. There isn't an actual Olive Garden.
Don't bring that stuff up.
We were just talking off the air. Yeah, we were just chatting off the air.
Kenny, kill him. Stab him in the heart with a pencil.
I didn't say that. This is a different restaurant.
Here's John Haidt.
I'm too busy reading the raccoon backlash now that's taking over Twitter finally. Yeah.
Yikes. They serve no purpose, folks.
No, they're awful.
We'd be a better... It'd be a better world without them.
I did some research, though, and I did learn.
What do they kill?
I did learn that a raccoon seen in daylight is not necessarily an ill raccoon.
Well, he can just be caught out there. But
well, it's usually mom looking for food.
We got it.
You best kill it, though.
Yeah.
You best kill it.
I'm not saying I'm in love with them. I'm saying when they're out in the daylight, that's okay.
And I'm saying when they're out in the daylight, you kill them.
Yeah. Don't take any chances. Kill them. Yeah. And if you see him at night, kill him.
Kill them.
I know how to catch one now. Just cat food. They can't resist it.
I did see somebody tweeted, all you people who hated the raccoon things, please tell me where you have to go to pick up your award.
What's that mean?
What?
Well, it means, that he thought people should love the raccoons.
As for raccoons eating cat food, a cat could crap in a can and a raccoon would eat that. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah, they'll eat anything.
They live in the sewer.
Yes, they do. And enjoy it.
Yeah.
You can see them.
They relish in it.
I more than once I'm walking the dog around the block, right? And you'd see a raccoon, and then all of a sudden you'd walk by the sewer grate, and they'd be hanging on there, peeking at you. Yeah. They were happy being in the sewer.
Right.
They were,
and the way they walk with their back end up in the air, that's just plain evil. It's just gross.
John Haidt.
Hi there. It's sunny at 80 degrees. Twins and Tigers again tonight from Detroit. Jose Barrios for the Twins. Lefty Matt Boyd on the mound.
He's good. Matt Boyd's good.
Yeah. Your Twins lineup to face Mr. Boyd goes Dozier, Rosario, Escobar, Sano, DHing, Grossman, Morrison, Adrianza, Lamar, and Wilson.
Is 2 straight days that the big man has been the DH, right?
Was he yesterday?
Didn't Morrison
he was the
play
DH
first
last
yesterday?
night.
Hey, did Mauer play last night or is it tonight?
Yesterday.
He went 0 for 6 yesterday. It was a doubleheader.
0 for 6?
Mm-hmm.
Get him up here. Playing first base tonight. So, In preparation for the 2018...
For who? In Rochester?
In Rochester,
Yeah, okay.
yes. Preparation for the 2018-19 season, the Wild will play 7 preseason games, including 3 at the Xcel Energy Center.
Thieves! Thieves!
What's the date on that, Johnny?
What's the date of the games?
Yeah, when's the first game?
I think it was September 17th. Does that sound right? I don't
there,
have it in
right
front
there.
of me.
That's completely
Every year
wrong.
they throw 3
That's
exhibition games on the season ticket package.
Start the season in December, you dum-dums.
I predict the Caps will not win the Cup.
Oh,
this
God,
year.
no. Ovi's going to play 27 games. Ovi's going to need a liver transplant.
Did you hear him at the parade?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Oh, my God. I don't like it when they drop the F-bomb, but it was hilarious.
Was he lit
And
up?
then he-
Oh, God, yeah.
And then he said, what did he say? Hello to the pretty ladies before he started. Hey.
Was it the hello, pretty ladies like that?
He hasn't drawn a sober breath since they left Vegas, or since an hour
Since
after
he
they
left
got
the
off
ice.
since an hour after they got off the ice. You know.
The best video, maybe you guys talked about this when I wasn't in here, was when he was standing by his grill.
Yes,
And
we
the
talked.
flame
I tried to
was-
find that. I can't find
Oh,
it.
the
It's
flame
on my
was
Twitter account.
8
Well,
feet high.
that's why I can't find it, because I wouldn't know how to get to your Twitter account.
All right.
Is it on YouTube?
Would you know how to get to your Twitter account?
No, I don't believe in Twitter. I hate it.
News notes from today. Delta Airlines will begin daily nonstop service from Minneapolis-St. Paul to Seoul, Korea next year, adding
I'm
a
not going.
key international destination for Twin Cities passengers.
How about Pyongyang?
I ain't going there.
Service will start sometime next summer. We'll use the airline's newly upgraded Boeing 777 aircraft. This marks Delta's second nonstop flight from Minneapolis-St. Paul International to Asia. It currently operates a daily flight also on the 777 aircraft to Tokyo's Haneda Airport. The route is still making the airline money, he says, the head of Delta does.
I
and
bet
it
when
will
you get to
continue.
the south of South Korea, get way down there,
Yeah.
I bet there's gorgeous islands and bays and nifty trees.
I'll never know. I'm not going to Asia. I'm not an Asia guy.
All right.
FBI,
Not good with the chopsticks.
You don't even
huh?
like the K-pop, the music? You're not into that? K-pop?
The only thing I like about Asia was the gal that was in Full Metal Jacket that was talking to the fella.
Me love you long time.
Yeah, YouTube buku.
FBI says it's arrested more than 74 hackers in countries around the world who were involved in email scams and attempts to compromise businesses. The arrests in Operations Wire include 29 Nigerians and at least 40 Americans. The FBI also confirmed that web-based email scams developed in Nigeria in the 90s are currently on the
Are
rise.
these the guys from Nigeria that promised you $1 million if
Yeah.
you supported such and such a guy?
Our prince has died and you were related to
Yes,
him. so-
right. You know, anyone who was taken in by that deserved it.
Yes.
Right.
Where I'm gonna call you.
Wasn't the industry approached by someone like that today?
Yeah, I thought that we really had. I got a text today. Let me read this to you because I'm not sure. I don't know who it was. I don't know anything about it. Hello there. My name is Brenda Lynn. I will like to know if you offer waxing service and do you accept credit card. Thanks.
Is that for real?
That's legitimate.
got that
for real.
earlier
I don't know
today.
how they got my number. I don't know how they got anything.
She offers waxing service?
No, do not
wow.
send anything back.
Is there anything that goes with that?
No. So I already sent that out to the family, and
And
they were
he's stealing the phone number.
right.
Hey, I had a good one yesterday from Joe Christensen. I sent Joe Christensen from the start.
Easiest job in the world.
It really is.
I sent him a note. Good work on Patino's prize steal from FIU, the kid that's now in jail on a murder charge. He said, "Thanks, Pat." And then I get, "And please have the kids pick vegetables from the basement freezer to nuke for 5 minutes." Then about 10 minutes later, I get, "That was for my babysitter." And I said, "That's good because we don't have a basement freezer."
2 tourists fell to their deaths while apparently trying to take a selfie from a cliff overlooking a popular beach in Portugal.
Stuff happens, man.
Well, man has lost all relationship with nature.
We do that in the Grand Canyon.
Raccoon! Ah!
We do that in the Grand Canyon quite often, don't we, Johnny?
Yeah, about once a year, don't we?
Yeah.
An Australian man and his British partner are believed to have died early Tuesday local time in the popular surfing town of Ericeira. Local media in Portugal report the deadly incident happened on the Praia dos Pescadores, or Fisherman's Beach.
How about Portugal? Would you like to go to Portugal?
I would go to Portugal.
I would go to Portugal.
I'd love to go to Portugal.
I would too.
2 men's bodies were discovered on the beach by fishermen about 6 in the morning. Target is apologizing to offended customers after shoppers began slamming the retailer for offering baby daddy greeting cards ahead of Father's Day.
Your baby daddy.
Who the hell
baby
is
daddy.
complaining?
That's awesome.
Well, the black community is complaining, Patrick.
Oh, really? Okay.
One Twitter user called them an insult to black fathers and a slap to the face of the African American community as a whole.
There's a lot of white baby daddies, aren't there?
They're out there.
I'm not.
We all just got real quiet.
Really quiet in here, man.
I'm shocked that that's offensive. I really am.
Yeah, I am too.
Joshua Thomas, a spokesperson for Target, said we want all guests to feel welcomed and respected when
They're
they
not
shop at Target.
guests. They're customers.
Yes, they are.
We were made aware of some concerns about this card last week and are working with our vendor to have it removed from Target stores. Target's baby daddy cards first gained attention as early as May 31st.
You open up, who your baby daddy?
When a shopper named Takesha Saunders shared an image of the card to Facebook, claiming it was the only card the store offered featuring a black couple. By June 12th, other Target
Well, that might
shoppers...
have been the bad part of it.
Yeah.
I thought it just said, hey, welcome, baby daddy. I didn't know we had a cartoon to go with it.
No, come on. Don't be stupid, you morons. Jeez.
Target became aware of the shoppers' concerns, began the process of removing the cards from its stores prior to the latest complaints, then responded to a concerned shopper's tweet with an apology early this morning. At the time, the retailer didn't confirm the card was being pulled from the shelves, but later on today did confirm that.
Ruck, you want to take us to a break, I bet, huh?
Bubble pop.
Pat, you've been challenged to see the Matamidi Zephyrs featuring Benny Souchere and other great stars play lacrosse Saturday.
All righty. Well,
Yep, you know what
I
you
don't
got?
have
You got a
enough.
thing.
I don't have enough to do. I gotta go watch lacrosse. Silliest thing I ever saw. You can't see the ball.
Why do they call it lax? When they're not lax, they're running.
Researchers from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention...
Can you tell us?
It's just hockey without skates.
Can
isn't
you
it?
tell us the gist of it, Such? Explain what goes on. Because they all gather around, and then a guy pitches, and then a guy hits, and then all hell breaks
no,
loose.
no, you got
that's
the wrong
cricket.
sport.
That's baseball.
cricket.
Sport.
Oh, that's cricket? Well, what's the difference between
Lacrosse is
cricket
the
and
one-
lacrosse?
lacrosse
Are there
is the one
horses
with the
involved?
net. That was the one with the net.
Oh.
You catch the ball.
Catch the ball, and then you can take so many steps, but I have no idea.
Believe it or not, the difference is cricket balls are bigger.
You know,
That's
I
fine.
don't know how to play lacrosse. I
I don't know
the game.
about I don't know about the modern generation of lacrosse players because it's become more popular and mainstream.
Yeah.
But the former generation, the Chris Long, Jim Souhan generation of lacrosse players, very pompous about the fact they played lacrosse.
It's like Duke. It's like the Duke lacrosse.
right.
player.
Was
Yeah,
it
the-
Syracuse very famous as
Yes,
a lacrosse
yes,
school?
very good. Yes.
You guys know anything about this Frisbee game that high schools are playing?
Disc golf?
Disc golf.
No, it's something
no,
else.
no,
It's a
it's
competition
ultimate-
with teams.
Ultimate Frisbee.
Ultimate
Frisbee
Frisbee.
teams.
Yeah.
Patrick, in Park League in South Minneapolis, we had this neighbor kid who was the most natural, gifted baseball player I had ever seen. He was good at everything. I mean, a true artist. No, he didn't touch a weed, and he was a good kid and a good athlete. And he got so sick of the pressure and so sick of the BS that he
Became
quit
ultimate Frisbee
and
player.
took up the Frisbee sport. And he had the time of his life.
I'm being told that lacrosse is hockey without skates played on a football field.
Oh,
Do you know that?
okay.
You know who's a powerhouse in ultimate Frisbee? Carlton.
That's all I need to know.
Carlton.
That's all I need to know.
How do they go up against
The
McAllister?
Harvard of the Midwest.
Arch rivals in ultimate Frisbee.
But Patrick, this kid went to South High. I mean, that's right on Lake Street.
I think it's fun. That's why they do it. They don't.
Yeah,
they don't.
the baseball wasn't fun for him anymore.
John, how many stories did you prepare? About 2?
Oh, I got
Shucks doesn't even come in with copy
Let's go.
anymore.
Let's run
I
through
got
them there,
6 or
John.
7.
Let's run through them.
This one's very important to people at a radio station.
Okay.
Researchers from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recently conducted a study to determine how many unhealthy foods employees consume while on the job.
Okay.
I had cheesy puffs for breakfast this morning. I know, I'm still paying the price.
To do so, they used data from the U.S. Department of Ag Food Acquisition and Purchasing Survey, a national questionnaire on food purchases and acquisitions. The team specifically assessed the foods and beverages bought at work from vending machines or cafeterias or items that were snagged for free from common areas, like right out here.
Right out here.
Yeah. After analyzing the results, they found that nearly a quarter of the participants received food from work at least once a week, averaging almost 1,300 calories. More than 70% of those calories came from food that was free. Not only are they high in calories, most contained added sugars and high amounts of sodium, very few whole grains and fruit.
How about the germ? How about the germ quotient when it's sitting out on the counter like
What did
that?
I bring in, John, the other day?
You brought in almonds, honey, cinnamon almonds.
I found them in my car. For all I know, ISIS put them there. I set it over by the sink. They were gone in 10 minutes.
Yeah, they were good.
We're having
tasty.
spaghetti.
Hey,
for
I
dinner
brought
today.
in John. Did you get the
had grilled cheese last
pistachios,
night.
John? I brought them in.
I just noticed this afternoon that there's a new bag in there.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, you didn't bring them in. You
Yes,
brought
I
them
did.
in my ass. You handed them to me in the parking lot.
Oh well, I mean, I purchased them and gave them to you.
Okay. All right.
Joe,
This is Crabby Coffee Shop management. This is how the shop is managed.
That's right.
My ass.
You're listening in on a
correct-
staff meeting
A
here.
lot of correcting of one another.
Yes.
You can't beat the behind the counter quibbling.
This is what we call a focus group.
Listen, you SOB.
Yes, John, I'm listening.
my ass is one of the great quotations, isn't it?
Yes.
It works for
What
a
does
lot of
it mean?
different things.
No, I disagree. Anything involving the big one is one of my favorites, including Terry Collins, which Pat and I watched today.
Yeah,
Mets manager.
That's from 2016.
Oh, shut up, John.
2016.
But what are you
not
stating
last
when
night.
when that phrase? What are you stating?
It means eat a bag of. Oh wait, I can't say
No,
that.
it means
It's just a
you're-
way of being dismissive.
Yeah, you're an idiot. Go
I knew
away.
he wasn't. I knew it wasn't from last night because he's not managing there anymore.
Well, Chris did say, "Oh, from last night, did you see Terry Collins?" I said that was not from last night.
Oh, that's right. They got a new guy.
Yeah. Joe, on occasion you say there's a lot of stuff out there you don't know anything about.
Right.
Well, listen to this. All right. This one threw me for a loop. 2 men are facing sex charges after a bizarre role-playing sex encounter, according to a probable cause affidavit from the Washington County Sheriff's Office. According to Washington County deputies, the victim met up with Jacob Lester and Benjamin Mooney at their home for sex June 7th.
Okay.
So far, so
right
good.
here in Minnesota,
Oh,
Washington County.
okay.
No,
Right?
I don't know. I don't think it was Minnesota.
Washco.
As I recall.
Yeah, Stillwater, that area.
Yeah, I don't think
Pay
so.
attention to what the nice hand was doing, not the naughty hand.
Okay. So what happened, John? We got to get to the bottom of this story. Let's go.
Victim said the encounter.
Yeah, I prefer.
Does this involve the remote controlled cars?
No, but something else. The victim said the encounter became dark and was increasingly more uncomfortable. Then the victim was given a sedative, and then things were done to the victim that shouldn't have been
Well,
done
this will ease your nerves.
before the person was able to escape. Deputies were able to locate the 2 men, Lester and Mooney. They agreed to the sheriff's office for interviews. Lester told investigators he was putting the victim through pup play training to make them more submissive. He admitted to giving the victim Haldol while during the encounter.
What's that?
It's a drug of some sort.
Not an act, Kenny.
Yes.
It's a drug.
He told investigators Mooney was in charge of most of the pup play training, but in between sessions, the 3 would have sex.
So they were training him like the gimp. They wanted him to be a gimp, right?
Yeah.
Pup would be like they're doing dog training?
No.
Now roll over. Roll over. roll
wait
over.
now.
Here we go.
Wait now. The dog enters in there.
Okay, see? All right.
Deputies read Mooney his rights, and he said he understood, and if he couldn't say he'd understand, he would woof. According to the report,
You better wake him up.
he explained he had 3 personalities: a sex puppy, a sex slave, and a person.
See, I was
He
on the
told-
right track with dogs.
Well, he
This
told
is some real actor studio stuff, is what this is.
He told police if he responded with woof, it meant his puppy personality understood.
You got that, Joe?
Yeah.
Woof. Okay. Woof.
Mooney
I
told
would have put him in handcuffs and put him in jail.
This guy's roaming amongst us, huh?
They will see in about a week, pal.
John, go back to the Dateline. I want to make sure this is not in Minnesota.
Yeah, I know. I didn't bring the Dateline in, but I thought I got it from some a
John,
website
is there a
and-
phone number?
I thought
Yeah, because the lady just texted me back.
I thought it was in Georgia, but I'd have to go
It
back.
sounds
and check
Georgia-like
that.
to me. I'm hearing banjo music.
All right.
Sounds kind of fun.
Joe, what
I
is
don't
your
know.
secret word?
So he escaped.
They both
The
are
safety word.
Say the magic word, Froggy.
They both are facing charges, the two men, of false imprisonment and sexual assault.
You know,
being
I think
held.
we were a better society when there wasn't an internet and we didn't have to hear stories. Like
Well, absolutely we
that.
were.
But
Even
how
if
would
they
you-
were out there, we didn't have to know
But
about it.
how would you find out if this was your thing? I mean,
didn't
you
want
just
it.
go through life frustrated. I mean, this is fantastic.
That is true.
This is a way to find a like-minded
a
soul.
reach out.
Royce, I disagree.
Okay, all right.
Tomorrow at this time, we will have the TCL broadcast studio,
Oh, heavens,
TCL
yes.
TV on.
That's right, Shinnecock Hills. So I haven't even looked for the featured groups. Of course, you get the morning. If you're teeing off early one day, you're teeing off late the next. So remember, it wasn't that long ago, maybe 20 years, where they tried to tee off everybody on the first hole, and all 52 groups. That didn't work out too
How
well.
about Bubba Watson, Jason Day, Brooks Koepka? That's
I
not a
watched
bad
that
group.
one. I
Yep.
watched that one. They're going to hit the ball a ways. Who's Eldrick playing with? They don't have him and Phil together, do they?
How about this group? Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth, Phil Mickelson. That's not a bad threesome to watch.
No.
I can't find Eldrick. I don't know who he's playing with. Mickey Demora. No, I don't know. What do you got coming up?
We have Tim Kirkjian talking ball and Bruce McGuire World Cup preview.
1500 ESPN is KSTP, St. Paul, Minneapolis. It's 79 degrees.